Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you here again tonight. Thank God for keeping us and bringing us out here every night.
Welcome, everyone. We're thrilled to have you here today for the health event focused on how the body heals itself. To kick off, let's do a quick icebreaker. Turn to your neighbor and share one healthy habit you practice.
Everybody's saying drinking water.
As we learn together today, keep in mind the incredible way our bodies can heal through nutrition, rest, and faith. Thank you for being here, and let's make this engaging and inspiring experience.
All right, now we're going to test your memory. What was the topic last night?
Um, we need one person hands up and answer the question because
So my next question is what are the two things we are not supposed to eat? All right, fat and blood.
please answer.
What did you say? Fat and blood? All right, she's right. The last question is where is the clean and unclean meats found in the Bible? Wait a minute. Who is the reader? Oh, okay. This question is for anybody else but Pastor Matthew. Okay, where is clean and unclean meats found in the Bible? Leviticus what? Leviticus 11. Okay, who got all three? So we have gifts. Can someone pass these gifts out to me, please? We have one for our dear sister up there, the IT person, and one for this lady in the second row. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do now is, yeah, do we have any visitors tonight who has not been here before? Okay, so everyone knows that our routine, and I thank you for being here, especially my neighbors right there, Eric and Sylvia. Thank you for coming. Um, Sister Williams, did you can give brother and sister Maitland? You got one already? Okay, then you can give to your discretion whoever. Sister Sharon? Oh yeah. Okay, so now. All right, so we'll go right into our song. What's our
Jesus, the light of the world.
mhm. You ready? Hark the herald angels sing, Jesus, the light of the world. Glory to the newborn the light of the world. We'll walk in the light, beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Joyful all ye nations rise. Jesus, the light of the world. Join the triumph of the skies. Jesus, the light of the world. We'll walk in the light, beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Christ by highest heaven adorned. Jesus, the light of the world. Christ, the everlasting Lord. Jesus, the light of the world. Walk in the light, beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace. Jesus, the light of the world. Hail the Son of Righteousness. Jesus, the light of the world. Walk in the light, beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Walk in the light, beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Amen. And now we want everyone to stand as we sing our theme song. Because he lives. Son, they call him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth the living just because he lives. How sweet to hold a newborn baby and feel the pride and joy he gives. But greater still, the calm assurance Amen. Keep standing for our open prayer.
Good evening, Marinox. Okay, Hebrew 10, verse 26 says, "For if we sin willfully, after we've received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remain sacrifice for sin." Let's pray. Father in heaven, we thank you again for bringing us here to worship you and to praise your name. We thank you for your journey mercy. And tonight, as we come to continue the series that we're studying about good health, we ask that you may be with each and every one of us. Help us that we may receive a blessing. Help us that we may make that new start to renew or vow with Jesus, so that when he shall come, we may find ourselves ready to meet him when he comes. Be with the one that present your message tonight, and at the end, may everyone receive a blessing that they come seeking. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You hear me now? Okay. Well, I really appreciate for the opportunity that I have to be here today, and I know that there is so much so much to say. I'm sorry, I didn't put my phone on silent. Every night we receive a special knowledge on how to live healthy. And I hope that tonight I'll be able to do the same. Can you hear me well? Yeah, I think probably I don't have it so close. Let me put it closer. What about now? Okay. Well, for years, we know that as a church, we receive so many different messages since 1860 that the church received the message of health. And I was telling somebody today, if it wasn't because we have inspiration, we would have been another Pentecostal, evangelical, another church. But because we receive some kind of information from God, something is it okay. Okay. I'm not a person that start talking too loud. I just like an old diesel engine. I start very slow, and then when I get warm up. But see what happened, let me tell you something that I learned this week. As soon as I saw a few programs, and I don't want to miss these people on the right. I don't think I received or I didn't hear too much this week from this side, but from this side. So tonight we'll share. Now, one thing is this. I like to do my program, and when I'm finished, then I like to answer questions. Because sometimes what happens is when you try to follow some kind of information, sometimes a question might change your thoughts. And I will appreciate, you're not here by force, you're here by your free will. But I will appreciate very much if you hold that question until I'm finished, and then we all discuss. For another thing that I really enjoy, I talked to Brother Henry, And the first thing I said to him the other night, I said, Brother Henry, do you have a helmet? So I brought it with me just in case. You know, Stephen was stoned. And because of that, I said to myself, I'd better bring the helmet. Nobody brought me a jacket, but that's okay. Brother Henry said, you better put it on. I said, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to trust you. So, one thing is very important, that whatever we receive from God, we should keep it. And I don't know, maybe we can put on the screen 2 Corinthians 20:20. And that verse gives you a very good understanding why the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the church that we are today. Now, Jesus, he said that he has many other people in other churches. But then he said that we have to get all together. And the other night here, I was able to see something very important. I'm not going to tell you now, but later I will tell you. Second Chronicle 20:20. If you have it on your Bible, can you read it for me, please? Anybody can read it for me? Second Chronicle. Second Chronicle 20:20. And let's see what it says there. If it's not the one that I'm looking for, somebody will correct me. No, that's not the one. I'm sorry. It's the one that is said, trust in Jehovah your God, and you shall be saved. Trust in the prophet, and thou shalt prosper. Anyway, I know by memory. So what happened is this. As a church, we are here today, and the people that come here and do whatever presentation or whatever program we do, we were chosen by somebody. The church put their trust on the person that come here to say something. And when I say the church without you are, it's only sound ch. But when you put the you are into church, then it sounds church. So you are between the ch. So you are church. So when the church selects somebody to come and do a presentation, that person deserves all the respect. And I would like for you to help me to receive that. Doing a presentation is something that there are so many things that come to your mind when you're doing a presentation, and you get inspired by the way people look at you. Because you can tell if people didn't enjoy what you said, or you can tell if people don't like it, or if they're happy with you. So I'll be looking at you to see what is the reaction that you will receive when I'm talking. Somebody tell me the title of this program tonight. What is the title? Huh? Say it again. How the body heals itself. When somebody get a cut, and you're working around, and all of a sudden you get a cut, and it's a big cut, and you have to get some stitches sometime. Who's the one who healed that? The stitches or the body from the inside heal itself? Whosoever take care of that, they just help. But from the inside, the body start making the process of repairing. And now, it's very important that repair will take the time that it needs to take. Because if it doesn't take the time that it needs to take, then you will have a problem. And what happened is, I have seen many people that they have problems to heal. When they have a cut, it takes a long time to heal. And the answer for that is that you're not probably applying the new star in your life. Did you hear well? Okay, the new star. What happened is, in order for the body to process that repair system, it needs many different type of things to go on. And we're going to try to give an explanation tonight. I want to go to, let's see. We ready? Okay, we're going to go to the next, right there. The human body depends on many, many different elements. And when we're missing some of them, what will be your responsibility if you know that you're missing an element in your body? Your responsibility will be to look for that element that you're missing. But, you know, we have a problem, because instead of looking for the element that we need, we put all the things that we shouldn't put into the body when the element is missing. So we have a way that it takes time. So we have here the type of percentage that we have in the human body. It says here 62% water, 16% protein. It says 65% of oxygen, 18% carbon, hydrogen 9.5, nitrogen 3.2, calcium 1.5, phosphorus 1.2, potassium 0.4, sulfur 0.2, sodium 0.2, chlorine 0.2, magnesium 0.2, others 1%. Or, you know, minus plus. And then carbohydrates 1%. The other one on the left is minerals, and then fat. You see the difference between the percentage that it was given the other night that make you sick? What was the percentage of fat that will make you sick? Boy, you students are good. I'm going to give you an A. One problem we're facing with the diet nowadays, which wasn't a problem when we grew up, or when our parents were young, they didn't have the same problems that we have nowadays. The ground was virgin. And because the ground was virgin, all those food that we took from the ground, all what they did is they filtered the nutrients that we needed in order to be healthy, to supply all the things that we needed. Now, because when you go to the market and you see a beautiful vegetable, you know what they have done to make it beautiful, right? Yeah, they put a lot of things. In fact, when you see an apple and you go like this, you see very shiny. And to get that from the apple is very hard. You have to take it and put it in hot water, because that's some kind of wax. This is the way the body functions. And I want you to learn this, and when you pray, this is how you're going to pray. Lord, help me to feed my cells, so my cells will feed the fibers. So the fibers will feed the organs, so the organ will feed the body, and the body will glorify you. Should we go back? Okay. It said, Lord, help me to feed the cells, so the cell can feed the fibers, so the fiber can feed the organs, so the organs can feed the systems, so the system can feed the body, and the body can glorify you. If you learn that, every time you're going to eat, you'll be very, very connected. That is very important. I guess it could be done tonight. Yes, yes. So the human body, since we started from the cell, each cell must receive what we put at the beginning. All those nutrients supposed to be received by the cell in order for the cells to make good fibers, so the fiber can make good organs, so the organ can make good systems, so the system can make good body, so the body can glorify God. Now, if you're eating in a way that you're not receiving those nutrients that the cells demand, the cell will die before time. That's very sad. You know, I don't know why, but I will not like to die. But sometimes for some people it's too late because they already planted the seed of death inside of them because of the way they live. We're all going to die. But one thing is this. I could live until the last moment that I just say, Lord, now your servant can depart in peace because I have seen the glory of God. Until with that moment, we should be aware that we have a responsibility. Our human body was just borrowed. We must make sure that we treat it well. So this body with so many organs, we're going to be discussing some of them. What's the title for tonight? Can you help your body to heal yourself if you don't know how your body functions? Can you help your body to heal well if you don't know the things that you need to make your body to produce a good repair system? We're going to start with the circulatory system. The circulatory system is the one that carry the nutrients to feed the cells, so the cell can feed the fiber, so the fiber can feed the organ, so the organ can make a good system, so the system can have a very good body. The circulatory system will provide the amount of oxygen and nutrients that we need daily. And I have to accept this. If you don't have a good breakfast, your system may go through a process of lack of nutrients. And that's when you start having problems. The first meal in the morning, we have discussed that is the best meal of all. And I usually say this. The first meal, to glorify God. The second meal is for me. And the third one, to feed the funeral. Let me put it clear. The first meal, to glorify God. The second one, for you. And the third one is for your funeral. So we have to stay away from everything that will provoke us to go to the funeral home. So the circulation system is composed of many different parts. And we know that it doesn't stay just there because it has to do with so many different reactions. Can you imagine that the circulation is the one that brings blood to control temperature in different areas of your body? So when you're spending too much time sitting, be careful because you might develop a clot sitting right there. If your circulation wasn't clear and the breakfast, this is why it's so important to eat a very good breakfast, because when you come to church and you spend so much time sitting there, if your circulation is no good, you could develop a clot and die right there sitting. This is why some people fall asleep in church. They didn't have a good breakfast, so they're not receiving enough oxygen, and the oxygen cannot keep you awake. So circulation system is supposed to be taken care, and we have so many different things, and it's part of everything that I'm going to mention from now on. It has to do with the immune system, everything. So the circulation depends on many different other parts, and we know that the heart is something that it works with a muscle. And I'm going to bring something tonight that you're going to excuse me for what I'm going to bring. Not yet, but later I will. And I've been having problems with that, and I pray that the Lord will help me to solve that problem that I have. It has to do with something very important. I'm going to mention it to you later, but let me go through this circulation system. There are different parts of the area that it needs more oxygen than others because you're using it more. And when the cells supposed to receive the proper oxygen around that area, if it doesn't receive the proper oxygen and enough blood, what's going to happen is going to produce heat. And it changes the temperature of your body. And if you change your temperature on your body, then the brain will produce a malfunction because the brain needs to maintain the temperature in the whole body. And it's one organ that it has to do with that is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is something that if you want to know a lot about health, study the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is the one that when you see something that it looks good, and it smells good, and it sounds good, and it tastes good, the hypothalamus is the one that says, go ahead and eat it. Control, that area, and you'll be happy. The lymphatic system. I cannot go into all the details of all this because just the circulation system, it will take so long. So we're going to go to the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is very, very interesting. Have you seen sometimes the children suffer from problems with the throat? And what do they do when they get problem with the tonsils? What do they do? Oh boy, that's part of your system. You shouldn't take that out. And that is very, very bad. We have the cervical lymph nodes. I know that there are a lot of people that sometimes they get inflammation of the lymphatic nodes, and it's very bad. What we do, I'm going to give you some type of information, how you can help when you have an inflammation of those nodes. You take a raw potato and you grate it. Raw potato, grate it, put it into a handkerchief, and you put it right on top of the inflammation. And it helps. It helps the inflammation. It helps to take out the temperature because every time you have an inflammation, the temperature raises up. So you put there the raw potato. For many different diseases, we use raw potato. Raw potato, the white, raw Irish potato. The lymphatic system, it helps and protect from intruders. Let's say something entered through your mouth. Which one will be the first part of the immune system that will let the body know that something entered there? Which one will be? Huh? But it's there. It's there in your mouth. In your mouth. What is it? You know, we have something that we use too much. Yeah, we use too much. And sometimes we have to put it to rest. Because sometimes what we said, it can affect other people. And I promised myself tonight that I will practice 3 things. I will practice 3 things. This is what I'm going to practice tonight. That what I'm going to say is important. That what I'm going to say is important. That is the right time for me to say it. The right time for me to say it. And the third one is that I will not offend anybody. Can we practice that tonight? All of us? What did I say? That it was the right time to say it. That is important. And that what? That it will not offend anybody. Can we all practice that tonight? We'll live here very happy. I don't have to use my helmet. So lymphatic system, it controls so many reactions. It might be able that because different people are having different kinds of toxins that they get into the body, and the toxins probably will provoke one of these different organs that will provoke an inflammation somewhere. You have seen sometimes that you get a swollen on your underarm. You remember, a long time ago, I remember in my country, people used to develop a big swollen with pus. I remember, and you know what they used to do? They used to cut the fat from the pork, and used to put that on top. I never got to know why they did that, because it's very funny. You take a piece of pork and put it on your skin. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way they used to do it. So, yes. All these different areas are protected because circulation goes through different areas, so each area will be protected by this lymphatic system. And I cannot take too long on that either, so we're going to go ahead. This one, it is very important, and it has been attacked lately by COVID-19. I don't know about you, but let me tell you something. When I was younger, I was 20. I got very sick with my respiratory system, and I'm surprised that this week I'm May 73. I'm surprised. Because the doctor came to my room and he said I was going to die. And today, I'm able to look back, and I said, it looks like the Lord changed my expiration day. And I appreciate that. And I said, from now on, since that time, which is 50 years ago, I'm a vegan, I'm a plant-based vegetarian, and I will not change. And I'm glad that I am. And I'll teach people how to be. But I will never force anybody to become like me. My family, I have 5 children. And none of my children never will say, my father forced me to eat like he does. No. 2 of my children are vegan. But the other 3, they're not. And I keep the same relation with them like if they were like me. So no problem. So the respiratory system is attacked daily. You go in the street and so many toxins are coming on the air. And then what you eat, sometimes it carries toxins and gases and different kinds of particles in food that when you put it in your mouth, as soon as you start chewing, gases and chemicals are coming from that food. It's going through your nostril, and it's affecting the respiratory system. To tell you the truth, I don't know how the Lord managed to keep us alive today. I don't know how. It's His mercy, because His mercy endureth forever. So all the parts of the respiratory systems are there, and basically, when you receive different kinds of toxins, you will have a reaction on your sinus, and many people suffer from sinus. When we check people and we are able to look at that area, we see that that area is very, very bad, and it carries an inflammation. So all this part of the respiratory system are very important. The first thing that we received when we got life, what was it? The breath of life. And it was put to the toes. Where was put? Huh? Oh, what does it enter through there? Oxygen and many other gases, right? Enter through there. The responsibility of the respiratory system is that the cells cannot come out outside and drink water or take nutrients. They cannot do that. They depend on the circulation system, and the circulation system depends on the respiratory system to put the air into the cells. So the fibers can receive their nourishment. So the fiber, the organs, the system, the body, and then what comes out from that. So the first thing that you will see is that the immune system is connected through the respiratory system, and as soon as you receive something, that the body is able to inform the brain that the temperature is too high, the temperature is too cold. Something is there that it shouldn't be. So before it gets to the brain, before it gets through the circulation system, is found in the nose. And this is why we have, I don't like it, but we have it there. We have a lot of hair in the nose. And I have to say that I have to be pulling them out because we have so many. But the reason we have those simple hairs there is because those hair can trap something that if it's no good for your body, those hair can trap it. And then the mucus will also work in order to get it. And the mucus is like a glue. And it takes something and it grab it and it will stick it there and it will not let it go. God's mercy. So we have that connection, and God made it possible that all these parts of the respiratory system are connected well so we can receive what we need. Integumentary system. This one is very complicated. You know that there is a section that when your body suffers from too much insulin, there is produced what we call insulinase to protect the amount of insulin that comes from the pancreas. And if it's too much, it will damage your body. So in order for the skin to be protected, the body will produce what we call insulinase. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's on your skin. Yes. So this is a part that we all need to be careful with the amount of things that we put into the skin. One time I remember that I was talking to an Arab. And, these Arab people, they're very strict with some things. And because we were talking about the skin. And he said to me that his wife didn't use lipstick. Oh, I said, why? He said, if you know where lipstick is made from, you will never touch it. I said, really? What is made from in your country? How do they make it? He said they take the skin of the animals. They let it putrefy. They put it into a machine and they process it, and then they made the lipstick. Putrefy leather to make those lipstick. And then we all use it to say that we protect our lips, right? Anything that touches the skin is touching your heart. Anything that touches your skin is touching your internal organs. This one, I know that there are many people suffering from this, from the endocrinal system. And as you see there are different kinds of part of the body that are involved in to keeping this system going. And you wonder how stress can affect this endocrine system, how the stress can affect it. If you affect this system directly, you're offending the immune system. So far, everything that we mentioned, if you're not careful with, you're offending the immune system. I got to go fast on this one. Now we're going to touch one that you probably can tell 65% off. 65% off. Oh. So the digestive system. If I ask you, just a simple question. I want for you to raise your hand. Don't answer everybody at the same time. One answer. Why do we eat? One hand. To stay alive. That's a good answer. Anybody else will give me another answer. Why do we eat? You know, some people say, because I have to fill up this bag. I had a cousin that when we went to present the health message to him, he had a, you know. And you know what he said to me? He said, you know how much money it cost me to build up this one? You think I'm going just to get rid of it just like that? Well, you know, I guess we all appreciate what we invest money on, isn't it? So one thing is very important for the digestive system. And I'm going to answer the question before I go on. Why do we eat? Because we are not God. That's why we eat. Did you ever think about it? Well, God doesn't need to eat, but all his creatures, they need to eat. Can you imagine even the devil needs to eat? And what God gave to the devil to eat? Dust. But he's not happy with that. He wants you to eat the dust. That's why he prepared all these products in the market that represent dust. Because he doesn't want to eat the dust, he wants to give it to God's people. Be careful, because all that dust belongs to the serpent, not to us. So we eliminate it. So all these parts that belong to the digestive system is very important to keep it. I'm going to mention one that is very, very problematic. The intestinal tract. Let me ask you. When you have a very strong smell in the kitchen, where are you going to go to? I'm looking for the bad smell in the kitchen. Where do I go to? Huh? Oh, what is it? The trash can. Oh, really? You go to the trash can to look for bad smell. Okay. When you have a bad smell in your body, where you go to look for it? In the trash can. In the trash can. What is a trash can of the body? It's the gastrointestinal tract, the intestinal tract. So, last time I went to do a presentation, and I said, you know, we all come to Sabbath school and we come to Sabbath programs, and let's say during the week, if you have to move your bowels, carefully now, if you have to move your bowels every time you eat, how many times you eat? 2 or 3? Okay. We're going to do some math here. So, if you're supposed to have 2 bowel movements a day, or 3, so some people eating 2, let us go for 2, because I eat 2 times. So you're supposed to have how many bowel movements a day? If you had 3, you're doing good. You're doing better. Okay, so 7 day. When the Sabbath come and I want to rest on the Sabbath, Friday come and I count. 6 times 2, how many? 12. I only did 6. So how many I owe to myself? 6. So I'm entering the Sabbath with minus 6. That's no good. I cannot enter to the Sabbath with minus 6 because I will not rest enough. So what do? I'm going to leave that for later. The urinary tract, or the urinary system. I heard some people the other day, I think it was Brother Barry, that he said that when he passed his urine, it was very light. It was very light. One thing I want to mention about the urine. The urine, you can measure the pH of the body in the urine. That was very famous in the 1950s. So when you go to the doctor, he can measure your pH on your urine. Now, he can measure your protein, he can measure your sugar, he can measure so many things on the urine, right? If I measure your urine, I can tell if you're eating too much protein. You know why? Because when you eat too much protein, the protein forces the calcium to be eliminated. So you eliminate more calcium, and it goes into your blood. And it keeps on running in your system because we have a gland that is called the parathyroid gland. The parathyroid gland is the one that helps the body to assimilate calcium. When you don't have a very good parathyroid gland, which is found in the neck, and what we do is we recommend for you to grate a potato and put it there to help the function of the parathyroid gland. The urine, so many people have so many different ideas about urine, and there was a treatment, natural treatment for, a natural treatment. Somebody came up and said that I should drink my urine because that was a good treatment. Well, the reason for that is when you take urine, you find calcium, you find protein, you find vitamin C. Okay, and let me tell you, I use urine for one thing. I remember I was doing a presentation like this, and I said to people, if you get burned anywhere in your body, and you are in the middle of nowhere, and you don't find anything, you know what the first thing you do? You pee and put the urine on your burn. And it works so good. Now, if you don't have any urine, then you put saliva, and it helps to heal. So this guy went fishing deep water, and he burned with the engine of the boat. And he remembered that in the class I said to use the urine. He peed right away, he put the urine on his arm, and when he came back, he showed me, he said, "Doctor, if it wasn't because you told me this, my hand would have been in bad shape." Urine, yes. Now, the color of the urine will indicate what you are eliminating. If you have a very yellowish color on your urine, means that you're eliminating too much vitamin B. And that's no good. This is why the intake of water is so important, because you're eating and eating and eating, but what about if you're eliminating everything that you're eating through the urine? You know what you're going to have? An intoxication in the intestinal tract, and then an intoxication on your kidneys, and intoxication on your skin. It was mentioned here something very important this week, and I want to give a little bit of touch on that. And did anybody hear me saying anything since Brother Charles started talking? You know why? Because Brother Charles told me that I was going to be talking today. So today I'll say everything. I'll be glad. Very happy. So, how do we correct the problem when we have different kinds of reaction with the urine? And one of the things that people don't know is that stones are formed from the calcium and protein that we eat in excess amount. So how much water are we supposed to drink? I don't know if, I think I did. I mentioned here that I do a special treatment, and it has been very successful for my clients, is that I apply distilled water for 3 days. I don't know how many people have the chance to do it, but if you haven't done that, do it. You're going to see how the Lord can bless you with that. I discovered this, and since I discovered this, I don't have to work so hard with my clients. Distilled water flushes your system very fast because it doesn't stay in the system. It goes through your mouth and quick goes through the digestive system, kidney, and out. So it brings out cholesterol and it brings out different kinds of toxins. So what we do is we apply 4 ounces of distilled water every half an hour, and then when we're going to eat, the last half hour we don't take any water with the meals, which is something very important. I know Brother Charles mentioned that a few times. We shouldn't be drinking liquids with the meals, and that type of way that the water works is so good, because I have seen ladies, I think ladies worry more about the skin than men will do, right? They worry more about the skin. And if you can do this treatment, it will help you so much to eliminate so much of toxin that you accumulate. So 4 ounces of water every half an hour for 3 days, from 6 to 6, that's the fact, this way. Musculoskeletal system. Why do we have to protect the muscles of the body? It's a specific organ that is a muscle. And if you don't protect it, you will die. Which organ is that? Say it again. Somebody say it? Huh? It's a muscle. Yeah. If you don't protect it, you will die. The heart. The heart is a muscle. And if you don't protect it, it will die. So exercise is very important to protect the muscles in your body. And I know that lately, the type of way that they've been presenting different kinds of mechanical things for people to exercise, and the husband come from work, and he come home, and the lady that is home, she say, honey, I found a good product for me to buy to have my belly fat out. You know how many products in the market today? And let me tell you what they do. They take a woman that it looks like a guitar. to make that announcement. So the lady look at that woman looking like a guitar, and the lady say, I want to look like that. She doesn't know that that lady been exercising for years to have the six-pack that she carry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all should look good for each other. Keeping up with the good things that the muscles need to be protected. This one, the nervous system. You know something very important about the nervous system? That's the one that you have to be very careful for your spiritual life. You know why? God communicates with us through the central nervous system. And I'm going to bring something to you that will open your mind. The brain keeps energy. And this is the way we put it. We have organs that keep life. Right? Organs that keep life. You cannot stop them from work. Right? They must work all the time. But there is an organ that is related to your life that you can stop it anytime you want to, and you will not die. Which one is it? One organ that you can stop anytime and you will not die. No, it's the stomach. Now, let me tell you something about the nervous system and the stomach. We have very sensitive nerves in our mouth because they are there to connect with the brain. When something is coming here, it's right away identified by the brain, and the brain will indicate the stomach to do something. This is why sometimes you touch something in your mouth and you feel like vomiting right away. Why? Because the connection with the mouth and the stomach and the brain is so close that those things were done that way because God wanted the best for us. So in my mouth, nothing is going to enter that will affect my nervous system, that my nervous system will make me to be weak in my relation with God. Because your relation with God depends on your central nervous system. I'm going to mention something else very important. The gastrointestinal tract has 32 feet long. How many? 32 feet long. You know how many organs and glands are involved since you put something in your mouth until you eliminate it? Organs and glands involved? Okay. The energy that makes those organs and glands to function, and you decide to put your stomach to relax. What do you think is going to happen to your brain? The brain will keep the energy to satisfy other things more important. This is why fasting is so important for your spiritual life. Now, I'm going to mention to you which one is the true fast. Which one is it? As we know, because it has been inspired by Ellen G. White, that the best fasting for you is to abstain from anything that will damage your body. That's a pure fasting. You know, I don't believe in fasting as a sacrifice. And some people sacrifice themselves to fast. That cannot take the place of the sacrifice. The most sacrifice done for us was the sacrifice on the cross. So don't you ever think that you're going to get something because you fast. No. You fast to praise God, not to get anything. In fact, you fast because you got something and you want to praise God. So you never go to God and say, I presented this fast because I need this. You don't tell God that. God knows what you need. And another thing, oh boy. We must remember that all that energy that comes from the vital organs, let me fix that. We have two different types of energy. One is called the physiological energy, and the other one is called the pathological energy. When a person dies, my nurse, when the person dies, what's the name of the test they do? What's the name of the test they do when the person dies? Yeah, but it has a name. It starts with P. Pathology test. What is the pathology test? What is it? It's the information that they get how the person died, which organ or gland was involved in the death of that person, because that is the pathological energy. It comes from the vital organs. So the vital organs supposed to function with a specific energy. Now let me put it this way. Do you have a checking account and you have a saving account together? What happened when you sign a contract with the bank that said that when you make too many checks, it's going to go and pull it from your saving account? You know how we call that? Stealing. You're stealing from yourself. Using the human body the way you're not supposed to use it, all what you're doing is stealing energy from your pathological level and bring it to your physiological level. And that is stealing. And we shouldn't steal. That's one of the commandments. And that's very hard to understand, but that's the way it is. If you have a checking account and you make too many checks and then they take in the money from your saving, you cannot do that. You know what you will do? You will accelerate your expiration date. Nervous system. We shouldn't play with it. It's the only way that God communicates with God. The reproductive organs, did I go back? Huh? Male and female, reproductive organs. I have to say something about this one because this one affects the immune system, I think maybe more than any other one. Yes. Let me tell you why. One of the minerals that is very important to maintain the immune system is zinc. The sperm is very rich on zinc. Young people have been having the habit of doing something behind doors when they go to the bathroom. I'm always telling mothers, mother, check your child to see how long they spend taking a shower. Shouldn't be that long. The immune system is at risk. And then what's going to happen if when the immune system drops, these young children, they will get sick so bad that it's very hard to recover because zinc is very low. So the reproductive organs, they were made for a specific reason because God wanted for us to multiply, not to play with those organs. I had a case, and we are family here. I'm a doctor. I'm not afraid to talk about this because this is my field. I had a case, a girl from church. I'm not going to say where. The girl from church, she started losing her mind. She was in bad shape. And her parents called me and said, Dr. Reyes, how can you help us? She was a teacher, very smart girl, but she was having problems with her mind. And I said to the parents, the only way I can work with your girl is if I do an observation to see how she's doing her life. So I brought her to my place. And when we brought her to my place, she started doing things that I didn't like. In the middle of the night, she used to wake up to pray at a loud voice. And she woke me up. Let me tell you one thing. You want to be my friend, don't wake me up at night. So I came to her door and I knocked. And I said, you know what? I'm not God. I'm not God. So don't be praying to me. Pray to God in silence. She woke me up so many times. I got angry. You want to rest and people waking you up praying very loud? Listen, you don't need to pray loud so God can hear you. God can hear you. So even the neighbors, they were complaining because the girl woke up at night and started screaming to God. And please, if you're praying with me, don't scream to God beside me. I don't enjoy that. I treat God with respect. The angels, they cover their face when they pray. Why should I scream to God? Why should I say, God, remember? Should I say, God, to remember? No, I should say to God, God, remind me. Not for God to remember. God doesn't suffer from Alzheimer. For me to tell him, remember. So the lady, you know what was the problem? Write this down if you want to. The main problem with the lady was masturbation. And this is a terrible problem in the young community nowadays. So what happened is, when I approached to her, she said to me, oh, I'm not the only one who's doing it. All the young people in church are doing the same. I said, if you don't stop that practice, the devil will take care of you. I finished the treatment because that's something I don't have treatment for that. Yeah. You better stop doing it. The best way to do it, stop doing it. Don't play with the reproductive system. It was made only to make children. Now, this one, the immune system. The food that we eat is divided in 3 different areas. I don't have it there. If you want to write it down, it's very good for you to write it down. The food that we eat is divided in 3 different areas. Energy, repair, and maintenance. What did I say? Energy, repair, and maintenance. When you eat something, the first thing is that you have to think about is which of these 3 areas I'm going to nourish. Am I nourishing the energy, or the maintenance, or the repair system? The repair system is part of the immune system. So how the body repair and heal itself? The immune system. Why do you see some people that said, oh, that person developed cancer? Do we all develop cancer? Why some people develop cancer? The repair system. The repair system. They never knew that when they were eating, they were supposed to watch for the repair system when they were eating, but they were eating more for energy and other things. And fat is included. Like Brother Charles said, the 65% of the fat that they were receiving, it was doing the work. Yeah, you keep on putting money in your bank, and you're going to have a very good bank account. Yeah. So the immune system is something that it has to do with different parts of the body. And I'm going to mention the skin. What is the first contact in our body with the environment? Thank you, my brother. I put your harmony on. The skin is the first contact that you have from the outside world. So how is it that your skin can be blocked in such a way that it doesn't know what type of outside world it's getting to? You know, in one of the natural laws that I included, and I know you people heard from Brother Chow, the new star. In my practice for 50 years, I included another 4 laws. They are very important. And one of those laws is the hygiene, personal hygiene. Because I have many people coming to me complaining that they have a lot of bad smell coming from underarm. Listen, that smell that is coming from there is inside of you. It's coming through there, but it's inside of you. And who put it there inside of you? Who put it there? Yourself. So if you do what Brother Chow recommended here, practice the new star, you'll be able to get rid of that. I remember this gentleman, he was very upset because he came to me and said, oh, I cannot tolerate this smell that's coming from the underarm of my wife. I said, really? And you know, he said in front of her. I said to the lady, the fastest way to get rid of that is to take a lemon, cut it, and apply the lemon on the arm. And you're going to get rid of some, but because it's coming from the intestinal tract, you have to clean that area too. Get rid of the bag. You cannot get rid of the basket, but you can get rid of the bag, the garbage bag, right? When you take out the bag of your garbage can, and you see that sometimes the bag, because you put a lot of food in there, listen, my recommendation, don't put food inside the garbage can. That food, you're supposed to bury it so you could have good vegetables at home. So never put that kind of garbage in there. So I'm also saying, don't you put any kind of garbage in your stomach. That's not an organ. You know, the stomach, sometimes when people come and complain about problems, you know what I think in my mind? I say, boy, oh boy, I feel sorry for this stomach. Because every problem that you have, it starts from there. From the stomach to the intestinal tract, to the liver, to the kidney, to the skin, to your brain. Oh boy, what a terrible situation we have. The skin supposed to let you know, excuse me, the skin supposed to let you know what's the temperature outside. So I included on one of the natural laws, I included dressing, proper dress. You should know that you have to protect the skin. So what kind of dress you're going to use if it's cold outside? Yes. So when the people temperature change, what's going to happen is if it's cold outside, what do you do when you take a shower? You finish with hot or you finish with cold? In order for you to face a temperature outside, when you're taking a shower, you're supposed to finish with cold because it's cold outside. So by putting the cold water on your body, your skin is protected. I already said something about the tonsils before. I'm going to mention one. It is something that many people suffer from and they don't know, the thymus. The thymus is an organ that is very sensitive. It works with the spleen together. Have you seen children when they reach the age puberty? Have you seen when they started breaking the skin? And they start changing their voice? What happened there? That's when the thymus take control. That's when the thymus take control. And those changes goes on. So the thymus is taking control. So the spleen will give that job to, the thymus will give that job to the spleen. And so there is a disease that some ladies suffer from. And I have seen the majority of people are ladies. They call it myasthenia gravis. You remember that, Sister Charles? Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis is a condition that is developed, and you know what the doctors are doing to control that? Taking out the thymus. They take it out. You know, this is ridiculous. How is it that if you have a disease, you take out one of your organs instead of taking out what is no good for you? Brother Charles, thank you. You know, he's playing very well. You don't take care the symptom, but you take care. Let me see if people are awake. You don't take care the symptom. You take care the cause. Thank you. That's a good voice. So the immune system depends on many factors. Temperature, but one thing that I mentioned already that the immune system depends on 100% is on oxygen. They did some research on cancer and they found out that cancer cells only can reproduce on an area that is very poor on oxygen. This is why you probably will not hear that somebody has cancer in the heart, because the heart is very, very oxygenated. So, what they found out is the lymphatic system. This is what the lymphatic system will do. It will take two molecules of oxygen together. But in order to take two molecules of oxygen together, you must have very good amount of oxygen in your system. So they take two molecules of oxygen together and they go and throw it to the cancer cell. And that's the way the cancer cell can die. I did some research on that for many years, and we were very successful. We even invented an injection to put to the area where the cancer cells were located, and we were very successful by putting two molecules of oxygen together. Now, does anybody know what two molecules of oxygen is in liquid? Come on, sister. Say it loud so everybody can tell. Peroxide. So the lymphatic system produces peroxide to kill the cancer cells. Oh boy, isn't that such a nice thing? It looks like they have a gun like this, a machine gun, boom, 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 to try to kill the cancer cells. The oncogenes, natural cells. Definition and function of the immune system. Well, we know the immune system function is to try to destroy any intruders that doesn't belong to the human body. Now, your question should be, how is it that the immune system can recognize intruders? Wow. Isn't that a miracle? Simple cells can recognize intruders, and me, as a big person, I cannot recognize intruders. So one cell so small can recognize when something is an enemy to the body. And I'm here with a big brain, with a big body, and I cannot recognize when something is no good for me. I saw a gentleman, his girlfriend said to me, "Oh, I'm having problems with my boyfriend, and I want for you to see him to see if you can help." The guy came in to my office. He didn't fit through the door. He was higher than the door. You know what was his problem? His girlfriend didn't want for him to smoke. And I said, "Do you have a cigarette with you?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Give it to me." "How big is a cigarette?" He says, "Around 3 inches." You mean this cigarette is bigger than you? 6'8"? The gentleman was 6'8", and the cigarette was only 3 inches. You mean the 3 inches can have dominion over a person who's 6'8"? What's going on? Well, let me tell you something. It's not how big you are, but how smart you are. I have seen very short people, very smart. I have seen very tall people. Oh boy. I mention. Well, not all tall people, not all small, there's always a variety. So the immune system is very complex, and it depends on many cells and tissues, organ, proteins, and it protects the body from infection and disease. The immune system main function is to protect the body from harmful substance, germs, and cell changes that could make you sick. New Star. How can we apply the New Star to improve the immune system? Huh? Yeah. I have a police watching on me, when I do something wrong, she will tell me. Oh, boy. Symptoms of a weak immune system, frequent infections. Have you seen children, they get, infection very, very quick, one after the other? And I remember that the youngest person that I have seen was 30 days old. And to see a child 30 days old is very delicate. Your big hands and the little baby you try to touch, but your hands are so big you don't know how to manage. Listen, only mother carry that ability, okay? So when the lady came in, I said to the lady, "But you're the mother." "No, I'm the grandmother." I said, "Well, that's why I'm asking you, because you're not the mother. You got to ask permission from the mother for me to see her." So she called him, and she said, "Dr. Reyes, you go ahead and work with my daughter. I'm giving you permission." I said, "Okay." I said to the mother, "You need to put her an enema." 30 days old? She said, "But she's only 30 days. Oh, 30 days. She also get intoxication by the mother's milk, because the mother didn't take care of herself. So she got intoxicated. She has so much mucus coming out. What is the mucus? What is the mucus? What the mucus belong to? To the immune system. So the immune system was so confused. And when I said to the lady, "We have to apply an enema to the girl," she said, "Oh no, she's so small." I said, "But she's already so big. She's sick." So I said, "If you don't know how to do it, I'll do it for you. That's no problem." So I took the little girl with the equipment, and I put the enema to the little girl. And it took me less than half hour for the congestion to disappear. You see? There was a problem. Oh boy, I have a police telling me that I'm doing too slow. So the immune system is very important to take care. So the frequent infections, fatigue, digestive issues, slow healing, skin issues, other symptoms. I have to go fast on that. Oh, I have it right there. Can anybody give me the definition of new star? One person. One person. One person give me the definition of new star. Huh? One person? Okay. Okay, my sister, go ahead. Wow, my sister, you memorize it. Very good. Yes. So, but it says here the absence of, right? The absence of. Stressors of the immune system. That is a stressor if you don't practice that. So the immune system get a lot of stress and try to fight back. Stressors of the immune system continue. Excess of. Here it is. Here it is. Find it for me. Which one is the one I want to talk about? Thank you, my brother. You've been paying attention to me because of my pain. You sit there by me and you know how much I suffer. Noise. Dr. Daniel K., psychologist, for almost 40 years, been practicing psychology. He proved that the noise can affect your thoughts, can affect your immune system, can affect your digestive system, can affect the movement of your heart. This is why when I come here on Saturday, I have to walk out. And I say something, but, you know, I don't know if Brother Henry one time, he said he has a measurement. He has something to measure the noise. And one thing is, yes, you have it on your phone. And what happened is this. You're sitting there, and you're getting that high noise, and it's affecting the waves of your brain and the waves of your heart. And it can change the palpitation of your heart. And all of a sudden, you feel that your heart is pumping very fast, and you don't know why. It's the noise. So I feel sorry, you know, that I'm complaining about this, but it's my problem. It's not your problem. It's my problem. So lack of, that's another law that I apply, and it makes it 12. Recreation. What is recreation? Did you ever go to a botanical garden and look at everything there? You know, I forgot to include one here that is very important. It's music. Also, Dr. Daniel K. made some type of information about music. Music can change so much in you. Music is used. Let me tell you something that is very important. You know, when you stand and you have to take a deep breath to sing, what are you doing? Stimulating oxygen to where? So you nourish your cell, so the cell can nourish the fiber, so the fiber can nourish the organ, so the organ can nourish the system, so the system can glorify God. Are we there yet? I'm about to finish. I hope I didn't give you too much. I don't want to produce any intoxication. How to improve the immune system? Herbs. We have a whole bunch of herbs there that can help you to improve the immune system. Now remember this, very important. When you're cooking in water, I have to bring this up. When you're cooking in water, let's say you're cooking yams and cassava and all these roots, what do you eat from there? What do you eat? The cassava, or you take the water? Let me put it this way. When you make a tea, what do you take? The herb or the water? Okay. So why you throw away the water when you cook all those good vegetables? in my country, they feed the pork with that water, and the pork becomes so strong and nice, and they prepare for Christmas. And you see the children so sick because they throw in most of these different vegetables away. Take a picture of that. Listen, this is something that I just picked up, but it's more than that. It's so many of these different products that can help you. Vitamins and minerals, one that I always use for treatment, I try to use chlorella. You know what chlorella is? Anybody knows what chlorella is? Chlorella is a seaweed. It's a seaweed. There are 4 different kinds of seaweed: chlorella, kelp, spirulina, and sea moss. All of them are very good for the immune system. If you want a copy of that, you can take a picture of it. Now, fruit for the immune system. All that list there. I usually try to tell people after they finish eating, this is my practice, and if you learn about it, it will be good. When people having problems with the digestive system, I use 4 different fruits after the meal. Only 4 different fruits. Apple, pineapple, papaya, and avocado. Those are the only 4 fruits that I use. They help to digest the food. But I recommend only 1 when you finish eating if your sugar is not high. All the supplements, green barley, the last one there, black seed oil. How many people heard about the black seed oil? Very good, very good. Now, natural treatments, and with this one, I think I'm finished. I think this is the last one. Boy, don't you glad that I'm finished? Oh, so these are the different kinds of treatment that we use when people come to us to receive, their healing. We use steam bath. What steam bath can do to you, it will stimulate your elimination system very quick. The sauna, it will do the same. It's a natural fever that you use. Physical therapy, acupressure, chromotherapy, green juice. I said green. I don't use fruit juice for treatment. Too high on sugar. You cannot feed a person with high sugar when they're having cancer or the diseases, because the white cells, they just like sugar. So they leave their job and go for the sugar, just like a little boy. I have here, bee pollen is one of the strongest natural antibiotics. Bee pollen. Royal jelly, the same. Well, I'm open for questions now. Thank you for listening and giving me the opportunity. 1, go back. The fruits. Other supplements, yeah. Now I'm open for questions, and I know you people want to go home, so you're not going to ask me many. Yes, my brother. When you touch it more than... That's the effort that the body is doing to get rid of the intruder. Yeah, that's the way you know how strong you are. That sneeze probably coming 200 miles per hour. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Well, any other question? Thank you. No more? Yeah. Yeah. It's a nude. Oh, they're in different areas of your body. Everywhere there is a specific organ, there is a lymphatic system taken care. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Another question? Oh, thymus. Yes. Myasthenia gravis, yeah. Yeah. Do you know anybody who suffered from that? Oh, you do? They remove the thymus. Yes, yes. Well, now your spleen needs to do a double job. Yeah. So that is very important to control the immune system. You have to apply different kinds of way for the body to maintain toxins out all the time. So what we do is we improve the elimination, all the elimination system. And one of the elimination that the body will do is sometimes you have seen that people carry some problem with the hair, and the hair start losing. People lose a lot of hair. That's the meaning of the body intoxication. The skin wasn't able to take care. The intestinal tract wasn't able to take care. The kidney were not able to take care. So now the hair is made from minerals and vitamins, but also it's made from toxins. This is how they managed in the past when somebody was poisoned. In the past, the kings and people, they study the hair, and the hair, you find the poison on the hair. So we have to do a process of drinking a lot of water. Apply those new start. You got Saturday he will get it? Okay, well, Saturday people will get a lot of information, yes. So please come back on Saturday and you'll receive a package with a lot of information that it will help you so much. I got this person. Scoliosis? Yes. I know, deformation of the spinal. See, usually sometimes people form that type of reaction because of the way they sit, the way they maintain their body in such a way. And sometimes it's by accident, sometimes a person is born with it, and then it is developed in a certain age. So you need to control your protein intake, because the protein intake is the one that controls most of the reaction from muscles and bones. Because when you take too much protein, it will force the elimination of calcium. When you check the urine, the calcium is very high. Very high. Yeah. And when they check the blood also, calcium is very high. But if they're able to check the organ, calcium is very low. The body is not able to assimilate it. It's running in your system, but it's not used. So sometimes what we do is we apply a cleansing program, and we put hot raw potato on the area of the neck to help the parathyroid gland to help with the assimilation of calcium. Okay, my sister. Oh yeah, that's what we do. That's what we put it there. Yeah. Yeah, it was on the treatments that we use. Yeah, physical therapy. Physical therapy. Yes. Okay. One treatment for people that have the immune system weak, listen, get a trampoline. You know what a trampoline is? Get a trampoline, do 10 to 20 minutes every day, and your immune system will raise up very high. That's one of the treatments that we offer for people with cancer. You need to lift up your immune system. Any other question? Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, what happened is the thymus is quiet, right, at the age of puberty. It's quiet. Slow down. And the spleen take over. And that process, the body will produce certain amount of hormones and chemicals that will produce those marks on the skin. poverty. That's how the body changed. One organ left behind and the other one take control. So the spleen is the one. We recommend for people with very, very slow or weak spleen to take papaya leaves juices. Papaya leaf juices. That is for the spleen. That is for the spleen. Yeah. Huh? Papaya leaves, the leaves of the papaya. No. They use it for gastrointestinal tract. Well, he has some kind of way of treating people. And when he said mucus, we say chemicals. Okay? He said mucus, we say chemicals. The body produces chemicals in order to correct many problems. And one of the things that I recommend to people if they want to have a very good chemical reaction in their body is to eat more raw. I want to show you something. Maria, can you bring me the sprouts? I want to show people that is very important. I don't want to miss that. The raw food. You want to be healthy? Eat 75 raw. What did I say? You want to be healthy. My brother, if you want to be healthy, you have to forget about the taste. Okay. I want to show you something here, and you already ate it because I bring it here every time they ask me for. What is this? What is this? Sprouts. This is raw. This is raw. Okay? This is one of the only foods in nature that you could find most of all the enzymes that you need for healing. Right here on this raw sprout. This is, see those seeds there? This is lentil. You take lentil, you put it into water the first day for 4 to 6 hours. And then every day you wash it 2 times. And then the 6th day is ready to eat. This is, we put this on Monday. On Monday. By Saturday, you're going to eat some of this because I have them at home. I'll bring them on Saturday. You people be eating this. Okay? Sorry? Oh, okay. Send me a package. No problem. Send me a package of it. I'll do one for you. Get in there.
I know you all would like to stay here all night. I can feel you. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah.
Very good information.